Welcome back, my friends. In the previous segments, we learnt about the terms that go in spelling, the short vowels, the long vowels, and we learnt a lot of rules which pertained to both the short vowels and the long vowel sounds. We learnt about syllabication, and I hope you had a lot of fun syllabicating all the words that you came across in the papers or in any of the texts that you have seen. Today, we are going to talk about morphology. Morphology is the study of words, how they are formed. It talks about how their relationship is to the other words in the same language. It analyzes the structure and parts of the words, that is the stem or the root words, the prefixes and the suffixes. Morphemes are the smallest unit of letters that makes meaning, and it's added to a root word. So, morphology is an important aspect of learning grammar, of how to make plurals and how to change words in the past tense. It also helps us in the syllabication. If you remember, one of the rules there was to take away the prefix and the suffix. So, let us get into morphology. Morphology is adding suffixes and prefixes to the root word. The root word is the basic word in which you add the prefix and the suffix. Now, let us take the word lovely. In the word lovely, we have the root word love and we have the suffix ly added to it. It changes the meaning of the word. So, love, lovely. Root word is love and the suffix is ly. Okay, so let us take another example of how a prefix and a suffix is added to a root word. Let us take the word fill. We have the prefix which is the re, which means to do it again. That would be your prefix. It is added in front of the root word or at the beginning of the root word. And then we have the suffix. Now, the suffix here is ed, which means we have the word now refilled. The ed is added at the end of the root word and there are rules for it. Here it means that this word is in the past tense. So, here are some more examples of words with prefixes and suffixes. Let us look at the word unlikely. Prefix is un, the root is like and the suffix is ly. Recharging. The prefix is re, the root word is charge and the suffix is ing. Disinfected. The prefix is dis, the root word is infect and the suffix is ed. For morphology, we have morphemes, which is the smallest unit where added to the root word, it changes the meaning of the word. We have prefixes and we have suffixes. Prefixes, let us see a few of them. Pre, which means before, un, like in the word undo, in, like in the word incapable, dis, like in the word dysfunction, and non, as in the word non-availability. All these are negative meanings. Ir is also a negative meaning. Now, prefixes are added in front of the root word and basically there are no rules to it at all. We just simply add. We also have two very common prefix, which is the sub, which means under, like substandard, and we have semi, which is semi done, which means half done. Suffixes, however, are a little more difficult. We have two kinds of suffixes. One is the vowel suffix and two is the consonant suffix. Consonant suffix, again pretty simple, are suffixes that begins with a consonant like ness, full, meant and ly to name a few. The vowel suffix, however, are where all the rules come up. We have vowel suffixes like ed, est, ing, able, ible, age and us. Now, all these have got rules and there are 3 basic rules. Now, it is sufficient for the children to know these 3 basic rules because each of them come with their own exceptions and these exceptions will help the child face the difficult words. So, let us go into the rules of morphology. The first rule that we are going to see is the doubling rule or the 1-1-1 rule. The 1-1-1 rule goes like this. When you have a word with single syllable, with a single vowel in the middle, ending in a single consonant, then in order to add the vowel suffix, you double the last consonant. For example, let us take the word hot. Now, I want to add the suffix to make it a comparative word. Now, in order to add, I will see if this word hot falls into my rules. Is it a single syllable word? Yes. Does it have one vowel? Yes. Does it end in a single consonant? Yes. Then, to add ER to it, I am just going to double the last consonant and spell it as HOTTER. Right, let us look into another example, fat. Now, is it a single syllable word? Yes. Does it have one vowel? Yes. Does it end in one consonant T? Yes. Now, to add EST, the vowel suffix, I simply double the last consonant and make it fattest. Another word, cut. There, is it a single syllable word? Yes. Does it have one vowel? Yes, of course. Does it have one consonant ending this word cut? Yes, it does. So, to add ing, we double the last consonant and make it cutting. So, friends, this is a relatively simple rule where we have 1-1-1 or the doubling rule. The rule again, let me repeat, when you have a single syllable word with one vowel ending in one consonant, in order to add the vowel suffix, we double the last consonant. Now, let us see, there are exceptions as always. So, what is the exception in this doubling rule? When you have a word with a long vowel sound, for instance, the word beat, E is a long vowel there, beat, then in order to add your vowel suffix, you do not double the last letter. So, beat to add ing would just be adding ing to the word beat and it would be beating, or the example given to you, beater. BEAT would be your root word and the suffix is simply added to it. Another exception is that when you have 2 consonants ending the word, like in the word fast. Here it is a single syllable word, it does have only one vowel, but it ends in 2 consonants. So, it does not follow the rule. So, in order to add vowel suffix, we do not have to double the last consonant, but simply add the vowel suffix to the root word. Practice this rule well before we get into our next rule. Our next rule is the drop the E rule. The rule goes like this. When there is a word that ends in E and you want to add a vowel suffix, then you have to drop the final E and add the vowel suffix. For example, in the word large, it ends in E, but you want to add EST. So, in order to add EST, you drop the E and add EST. So, largest is spelled LARGEST. Another word, make. When you have make where E is ending the word, you want to add ing, then drop the E and add ing and come up with making. Let us take the word skate. Skate ends in E in what I have taught you before as the magic key. Then I remove the E to add ing and I come up with skating. So, drop the E. When you have a word ending in E, in order to add the vowel suffix, you drop the E and you add your vowel suffix. Again, there are exceptions to this rule. Can we see the exceptions? Now, in the drop the E rule, when you have a word ending in CE or GE, or in other words, words with the soft C ending and the soft G ending, then you do not drop the E. Now, in order to do that, let us revise the rule that we have learnt about soft C and soft G. Soft C says S when C is followed by E, I or Y. So, we have words like nice, cyst, city. Then C is saying S. Similarly, when G is followed by E, I or Y, then G says J, like in the word ginger, gentle and gym. So, you want to retain the softness of the C and the G. So, when you are adding your vowel suffix, especially suffixes like OUS and ABLE, then we keep the E. So, we have words like courage, which becomes courageous, and manage, which becomes manageable. If you had not kept the C, then it would have become manageable, and that is not what we want. So, please remember, words with soft C and soft G, you do not drop the E, but keep the E and add the vowel suffix. The other exceptions for drop the E rule are when you are adding the consonant suffixes. For instance, li, ness, full, s, less, meant and some. There, when you are adding the consonant suffix, you do not drop the E in words that end with E. For example, hope, hopeful, hopeless, hopes. You do not drop the E. So, we have other exceptions to the drop the E rule. In the word see, when you have word ending in double E, you do not drop the E when you are adding the vowel suffix. For instance, seeing and fleeing, when you have words ending in OE or YE. Here again, we do not drop the E. So, you can make it a practice that when you are adding ing, you are going to see whether do they come part of the exceptions, and then you teach your child to add the ing. The third and final rule is the change the Y rule. Now, when you have a root word ending in Y and you want to add a vowel suffix, in order to do that, you have to change the Y into I and add the vowel suffix. For example, the word baby. You would like to make it into a plural and say babies. So, you are adding the vowel suffix es. In order to write the word, I am going to change the Y into I and write the word. Babies. Let us have another example. lady plus es, I will drop the y or change the y into I and write the word with the vowel suffix. Clear? There is no confusion. If there is a root word ending in y, in order to add the vowel suffix, then you are just going to drop or change the y into I and add the vowel suffix. So, another example for you would be the word spray. And I want to add ing. The word that I get is spraying. So, if you notice, regardless of whether there is a vowel before the y, in which case we have kept it same, we did not drop the e, or if it ends and you want to add ing, in both these cases the y remains the same, and that would be your morphology rules. These rules will help the child in his grammar, will help the child when he is writing sentences, and of course, will help it make it easier for the child to get the correct spelling. In our next segment, we have going to see the teaching methodologies. We have learnt all the rules, we have learnt all the terms. Now, how are we going to teach it? That will be there in our next segment.